Hello, friends. So today we'll be looking into the topic of locations. So how we are configuring the locations in EBS. Okay, let's go to the environment. Let me share the screen. Okay. So first of all, let me log into the EBS environment. So this is the EBS link. I'm logging with operations welcome. Okay, so once we log in with this one, so this is the page which it comes. So left hand side will be having all the responsibilities, and right hand side also will be having all the work list. Okay, so here left hand side you have to come to, since it is related to location, so we had to come to the responsibility of inventory. Since it's an uh, admin responsibility, right? So it's having all these responsibilities available are there. So if you go down, it will be there. Okay, see here we see this inventory vision operations. Click on this, down, all these things will be coming. So you have to come to this setup, and under setup, you have to come to organizations, and under organizations, you have to come to locations. If you click on locations, this Oracle Forms for locations gets opened. So this is a screen, it comes like this. Okay. See, the main purpose of why we are defining the location is, see, whenever we define organizations at all, right? So the organization has to be assigned to one particular location. Okay. So the main purpose of location is, we need to, in the purchasing document, we need to mention this ship to location, bill to location, receiving location. So we need one location, where physical location, which we use for the ship to bill to receiving locations at all. Okay, so this is the place where we make the location details. So if you see in the screen, no, so first one is the scope. Scope is global and local. So global means like, once you define one location, whether it has to be unique across the business units. So there will be multiple business units will be there. So whether it has to be unique across all the business units. If it is yes, the default one we have to select as global. But if you need that the new location, what you're selecting, what you're defining, that has to be within the same business unit. Okay, so then you'll be selecting this option of local. Okay, so today I'll show you about creating with global. Okay. Here, see which one is coming in this yellow color. So that is a mandatory field which you need to enter. So I am giving this location name as DS1. Okay, here there is a location description. It is not mandatory, optional. So if you want, if you can enter the details. Okay, and then we have this inactive date. Inactive date is when you're defining these locations, we need the location has to be active. So till when the this particular location has to be active, till that time, this particular field has to be blank. Whenever you want that, you see that okay, this location is not required, and you want that this location should not be available in any of your transactions. At the time you can end date it. If you give a date here, so beyond this date, that will be undated, so it won't be coming in any of the transactions. Then we have this legal address. Legal address, this checkbox is not mandatory, so this mostly we're using for the financial purpose. And here we have three tabs: address details, shipping details, other details. First, let's come to this address details. Okay. So in address details, we'll be having this different styles will be there. Now this is United States. Okay. Next one is address. If we click on that address, no, this pop-up comes. Here you can give the address. give give the address, and these all things are not mandatory. Comes in your LOV also. We click on that, right? It comes in the LOV. If I don't know the name, I can give the name, give percentage. So it comes like this. From this also, you can go and select it. I selected this. Similar way, you click on the state. The relevant states will be coming. You select the state. Okay. Then we'll be having the zip code. So that is that what is the code we have to mention. Okay. Here you can give 90245. Okay, then you can do this tab out and county. County it has to be the same. Los Angeles, and country is United States. So all these things that all you have entered, then you have to give OK. And you need to remember, see what all things you're giving in the address, right? So that is once you create the location also, in future also you can go and edit the details. But the thing is the scope what you're selecting here, right? The global and local, this you cannot change once it is defined. So now we have entered this address details. Now come to the shipping details. In shipping details, what all things you are given in the location name, the same thing will be defaulted in the ship to location. Okay, and these are the different sites for which purpose we're using this location. Whether it has to be considered as a ship to location, means that that items will be transported from one place to other place. So that particular details, whether it is considered as that particular location where all the finished goods will be stored. So we had to check it. Receiving site means whether with this location whether we can receive the materials. So if yes, then we have to select this receiving site. If we are considering this location as office site, then we have to check this one. Okay, and then bill to site. Whenever we want to raise a bill using this location, that time we can use it as a bill to site. So this will be coming in the payables. Bill to site, this when you're creating an invoice, right? So at that time this location will come in the drop down when you're creating an invoice, and the ship to site will come when you're trying to create one purchase order. At the time this ship to details LO in the ship to details LOV, this location will be coming. Same way, receiving site means whenever we are doing a receipt, we are creating a receipt, receiving the materials, at the time this particular location will be available to receive. Okay, and there is one more thing is internal site. Internal site is whenever we are creating one internal location. Okay, so when we create one internal location and we consider that this location has to be considered as be part of this internal location, at the time we can check this internal site. Then the third tab is other details. Other details is, see, now I created one location and I want that location has to be used by all the organizations. Okay, at the time I can leave this inventory organization blank. Okay, so that whenever this location becomes global across all the organizations. Okay, but if we want that this location has to be restricted to only for certain organization, at the time I can give the filtering here. I can select the organization. If I'm selecting this organization, so it will be restricted only to this inventory organization. Okay, and then that is the EDI location. EDI nothing but electronic data interchange. So whenever we are doing a receipt, whenever we are receiving the materials, so at the time through electronic data interchange, electronic data interchange, suppose the data is coming to the receiving warehouse, where so before that item comes, right, before that result they'll be sending the information like this all items you're going to receive, and that we say as advance shipment notice. And when it comes with the billing information, we say advance shipment billing notice. Okay, so that will be having that details. So whenever that person who's making the receipt, he gets that advance shipment notice details also, like what all quantities he is going to do the receipt and how much quantity is there. All the details will be there available there. So he just compares that and he does that. So suppose that has to be this look for this location, whether the ED has to be enabled or not. If yes, we have to select the location name. Okay, and the tax code, this is not mandatory. Okay, once you entered all these details, you can go and save it. So you can see the transaction completed, one record applied and saved. Done. So now we created DS1. Just close the screen. Now I want to re-query the one which I created. Again, go to this inventory vision operations. Go to this setup, and under this, go to organizations. Under organization, go to locations. In locations, what you can do is you just query, and we have given DS1, right? So you have queried only for this one. See, all the details are coming. Okay. So there are different modes of execution. If you go to tools also, in view also, by example, enter is there, run is there, cancel is there. Okay, enter mode is when you are trying to make one new entry. At the time, that's enter mode. Run mode is suppose if you want to already data is there, you want to execute it. At the time, we'll go for this run. Cancel is suppose if you enter something, you want to cancel it. At the time, you go to this cancel option. Okay, if you want to go through the keyword also, you are not aware like which keys you need to use. You go to this help option, and here you go to this keyboard help. It will tell you like what all the keys we need to use. Okay, so that's all for today's session, and hope you have understood the main functionality why we're using the locations. Okay, thanks, have a good day.